nice.
You look nice.
Look, as soon as you walk off, like, are you back?
He is a genius.
I'm going to go through the sequence that I just went through one more time. But if you guys want to talk to them, otherwise, just hold on to that video. So I can have that one. You know, the reason we can ask that is, you know, so I'm looking to that.
Okay. What was one of your most interesting experiences? All right. Thank you all for coming and tuning in to Loud Silence TV. This is Hotsauce and Honey. And I'm your host here. My name is Cha-Cha.
And I'm Sook.
Yes. Okay. And we're so glad to see you guys, having you guys stop by to check out our content. And we're going to start off with a game. So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Doesn't necessarily have to be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who.
Hold on, I got to guess.
Yes. You have Loud Silence TV. Every week come here to see that little bit of sweet heat for Hotsauce and Honey. Your host, Cha
And Sook.
All right, holla at your girl.
See you soon.
So the game basically is like this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black quotes or just quotes from black people. Doesn't necessarily have to be in history. It could be everyday things that black people say. And you have to kind of try to tell me who.
Hold on, I got to guess.
Yes. You got to tell me who said what.
You gotta get the tongs, hold them with the chop. Let's make that fireman ball. It's sensitive. So scratch with it. You know some in there? Look at this. It looks like little scissors.
Good to go? Oh. Okay. All right. All right, thank you all for coming back to Loud Silence TV Network. This is Hotsauce and Honey. I am your host with the most, Cha-Cha, and I do have two very special guests here today. Really cool friend of mine, Mrs. Tiz. Say hi, Tiz. Hi. Hello. And also a really cool girl. Her name is Lexi. Sexy Lexi.
Yes.
Okay. And, you know, we've been gone for a little while, so I just want to, you know, come back and say hello. And I really did miss my podcast, y'all. I was bored in the house, but, you know, it's all good. We're back. We're back in action. Due to the quarantine, we are not in the regular studio that we usually are in. We're here in a mini mansion. Okay, so please bear with us. Bear with the quality of video. Usually we're a little bit more clear, things like that. But, you know, bear with us. We're doing the most we can while we are quarantined, trying to stay safe. Okay? All right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to start off by doing a little wine tasting because we know everybody's in the house right now. We don't, you know, not everyone wants to drink hard liquor every day. I don't think that's too healthy. Drink hard liquor? Oh, that's okay. So we're going to start off with a little bit of wine and give our opinion about the wine selection that we have here. So
Let's do mine.
Let's do the Old Soul.
So my favorite wine right now is Old Soul from Lottie, California. It's 2017. It's delicious. You can find this at your local your local hood corner store.
okay. And how much is it?
This bottle was $13.99, which is kind of.
Over my house.
Girl, I'm sorry.
That's good.
Don't pour on the couch, girl.
I'm sorry. You can't pour for the house.
I'm not pouring.
This mansion has to
Okay.
stay clean. Let me do some more. 'Cause you don't want some.
I'm good.
Let me do some more. Yes, you're gonna love this. This is a cap sab.
Thank you.
It's super spicy.
Mm-hmm.
It has some really nice notes.
A little sweet too.
A little sweet.
Just a little.
Right. Okay. So it's not sweet. It's like a semi-sweet.
And a fun fact, this is 13.7%.
Oh, that's
Wow.
good.
That's a
Most
lot.
wines cap at 13.5.
Oh, I thought it was like 7% wine. No.
Like 8.
Yeah.
Then 8 to 7.
Typically, wine should not go over 13.5. This is 13.7. This will get you super lit. I pair this with a good filet mignon.
Okay.
Filet mignon.
You like it mignon, well done?
No,
medium?
I'm a medium rare girl.
Me
all
too.
day.
You
gotta
think I'm nasty.
No, that's how you're supposed to eat it.
Right, to
Yeah.
digest better. So do you think that having a semi-sweet wine, something that's too sweet with meat, red meat?
The way I spice up my steaks before I grill them or saute them,
Mhm.
it pairs well with the spice. Have some sweet to combat the spice. Because nothing I do is not spicy. You know what I'm saying? Everything's pretty.
Oh, she
Okay. Hello.
she over here trying to get chose.
Okay.
I am single though.
Hello. And you know the
Like
way to a
Freudian.
man how it is to cook for him.
Yes. Okay. Your girl's been, she's
In the kitchen? Is that, do you feel like being in the kitchen is the way to a man's heart?
No.
No.
I think so.
No.
You think so, but you
When
don't?
men can see that you can cook and take care of a home, they're more like interested.
Okay.
If they think you're just a bill, then they're not like.
You want to invest too much time into
I will say this. Recently, a man that I was dating let me know that a man only likes a woman that, looks for qualities in a woman like such as cooking and cleaning when he cannot afford for someone to cook or clean
for him.
for him.
Hmm.
So he said, why do I need a woman that's good at cleaning a house? I have a maid. Why do I need...
I've not heard that before.
Yeah.
I know,
I've had men that have a lot of money and they like enjoy like home cooked meals and stuff. That they enjoy like somebody that is keeping their home tidy and they don't want to rely on a maid.
But I do think some guys try to be a little, I don't need someone to cook for me. I cook for myself. And now they got these blue aprons and shit. You know what I mean? And this is what the food services.
They're not
chefs.
They're not ordering that.
They do. It's right. They should be cooking for themselves. But I mean,
I think that at the end of the day, when you done, sex real good, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, everything's closed. It's nothing like when a woman gets up and makes her man the same.
Mm-hmm.
Or fry her man a piece of fish or, some chicken and just being able, because I think they look at it like, okay, later on down the road when I have children, will she be able to whip up something for my kids or am I going to have to go out and buy for the kids every day? Because my opinion, going out to eat is like the last resort for me because I just don't trust people. Cleanliness, with just working in the restaurant business, I've seen a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of scarred to the point where, though, if I ain't touching and I ain't clean that chicken with no vinegar or no lime, and I ain't deveining any shrimps or stuff like that, I really don't feel too comfortable eating out a lot. More so not for the health reasons, more for I just don't trust new people in the kitchen and stuff like that. So that's what's up. I mean, I feel like, to each his own. Men like what they like, as long as you look good, your hygiene good. I feel like all women should try to practice cleanliness regardless. Like, every woman should try to show a man, even when I used to date guys, you guys, I don't date anymore. I used to, do little things, like, if they would leave me in their house, I would clean their house a little bit.
Oh, y'all do their laundry?
Yes.
They would love that. They come back and be like, oh.
Did you time you chose?
Yeah.
Some people that they sit real pretty. Like, I ain't think the whole time you went through everything, all the bad social security card, all this shit. I mean,
looked up all the medicine in the cabinet.
Hello, Google. Hello.
And I'm like, this man, like, what?
My anxiety was popping. Let's talk about it.
Like, you got arthritis?
But to be frank, I mean, who doesn't love cooking for a man?
Move it.
Good.
It's blocking the tits. Okay, got it.
Who doesn't love cooking for a man? I mean, I don't like a man that I can't do nothing for. I will say that. I don't like a man that's helpless and is like, well, how am I going to eat if you don't prepare it?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean, I don't need a man who's like, oh, what time the restaurant closes? Look it up. Just as I'm going to look it up, you can look it up yourself. But I do like a man that I can take care of a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, feel wanted.
have more than one towel in your home, but like, let me come in here and style
That's
up.
young dudes to be don't know how to towels and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
as I've gotten older and I've dated like older men, they be literally having more shit than I do. I'm like, they be having a new. I'm like,
Yes. I remember I dated a guy. He had silk pillowcases, like already, like he didn't have them on the bed. So that's how I knew he wasn't really doing anything too much. But he had them already prepared. Like he thought about if a woman were to come over, what would she need to be comfortable or whatever. So.
It goes both ways though, because I have a basket for guests in my house. I have so I have like
you extra.
I mean I have toothbrushes, do-rags, bonnets.
I don't have no do-rag.
No, they're all in the package.
They're gonna be like,
a do-rag.
No, but there's like 4 or 5 ones in the package. I have bonnets in the package.
Okay.
I have, for my gay guy friends, I have fleece. I have different things, like whatever you need to come out, you know what I mean? Hairbrushes, combs in the package.
Yeah.
So that you know that, you know, I haven't touched it. Lip glosses, unopened. Little shit like
you also be at Costco a lot. Just
yes, I
You
buy
buy
shit.
them bulk.
But my mother raised me like to always, if a guest comes over, to just be happy, just have stuff. And so I do, but then guys look at me like I'm not a nice homemaker. Bitch, why you got all this do-rag unopened? Why you got all these toothbrushes? You be having kind of you curse on here?
Yeah, you curse.
Sorry, y'all. So
I promote cursing actually.
they look at me like you're too prepared to be having the hose over. But you know, if my homegirl came over, we're
That's like saying,
you
why
have
you
like
got
a thing of condoms and like all this.
no, condoms are in there. No, they're not in the guest basket. No, because if you came over to my house, like you have so many times, and we're getting ready, and you want to eat, and you're like, oh man, my brother's gonna stink. It's like, no, I got toothbrushes, I got mouthwash, I have contact, I got LASIK, I got contact solution, I got 2 different kinds, brand new cases. You know
Wait till the end. If it wasn't in the world, I'm going to.
but you know, some of these men don't appreciate a woman that's ready for all that.
I can't stand no man that want to think too deep into stuff. Just appreciate the Justin and move on. If you see something, you see some drawers or use toothbrush, that's something different. But one thing that makes me like, when I don't care, when I was, you know, doing my thing, you play with me like that if you want to. I sit there like, okay, motherfucker, this gonna be the last motherfucker time you see me. It's too many people out here to sit here and just be like, oh, you don't like this, you don't like this. Fuck you. I don't care. Like at this point, people gotta stop picking and looking for things to not like.
If I give a man a toothbrush, it's not just for his benefit. Okay?
It's for both of ours. Hello, okay.
Brush your teeth before you get involved over here, okay?
Now, let me ask you guys a personal question. Would you guys say that you date outside of just African Americans? Do you date outside of your race? Do you date different cultures, ethnicities, and things like that?
You can go ahead first.
I have not dated outside of my race, but I have dated like Black American men, but I've dated African men, I've dated Caribbean men.
So different types of black.
Different types of Black men I've dated.
You've never dated a white guy, a Spanish guy?
I tried to date a white guy and I couldn't get over it. I was just
What? Wait, pause.
I was afraid to see their penis. Like I was scared. Like I want to see.
It's
it.
not the penis that shocks you. It's that bare white ass.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. Like I couldn't. Like I've been on like one date with like a white guy, and I just couldn't picture myself
Really?
with him. And I was like, I can't do it.
I don't know. Okay, what about you?
So I've never had an African American boyfriend.
Wait, you never dated? Are you
Listen. You have an African American, real regular Black. But I'm saying like they're always Jamaican, Haitian, Ghanaian, Nigerian. I've never dated I've dated African American men. I just have never had a serious relationship. And it's not because I don't like African American men. I love African American men. For me, it's just that I'm realizing that a lot of West African men, Caribbean men, they look at a wife and kids as like an asset, a benefit to them. And a lot of African American men, I find, look at a wife and kids as a burden or a liability.
But that's how Blacks were raised in the States. It's like they don't want white people don't want blacks to have families. They don't want us to have like economic
So do
stability.
you think
and stuff.
that's why they promote so much music that, you know, what's the word? Degrade
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
black woman and the family, things
Mhm.
like that.
So my grandmother tells me back in like the 50s and 60s and almost the 70s, black people were prosperous. They were having 2 people in their household. They're having families and all these things. And all of a sudden, crack hit in the 80s. And then now all of a sudden, we have black men that are either, you know, on drugs or going to jail and stuff. And so they wanted to, you know, divide those black households. So you really can see it nowadays. Like you rarely see like a lot of black men who cherish like marriage and a family and stuff.
For me, that's kind of been the battle because a guy could be a doctor and he'll be like, oh, I'm waiting until I'm 40, think about wife and kids, you know, my career, Black American. But there could be a Jamaican attorney and he's going to be like, well, I'm not successful until I have a beautiful wife, beautiful kids, and a beautiful home.
I think that comes from cultural
differences,
yeah.
for sure. But it's a good, you know, you get your good or your bad because these African men ain't no better when it comes to some things.
Yeah. I do think that different non-African American black men do have different values, and the values are things that I would want out of a family or a unit. So honestly, I haven't dated a black American like since probably like high school. I'm not gonna tell y'all how old I am, that's none of y'all business. But I would say more than 10, 15 years. And just mainly because of the values, you know, I just always felt like I was valued as a woman, you know, and things that I believed in with men, non-African American men, which is, you know, a little sad because I always think that, you know, as African Americans, we need to band together more, black women, black men, you know, raise more black families, be more, you know, unified as people, period. So
marry an African man, our kids would be second or third generation. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these African men were pretty much raised here, that we're meeting in here in DC, at least. I don't know.
Yeah.
The rest of the world, but yeah.
But have you noticed? You guys are from the African clubs, right?
Yeah.
Have you noticed, like now though, like a lot of the younger Africans are
starting to
acting
be
like,
black.
yeah.
So yeah. And I think that's the problem because too, I dated, you know, my fair share of African men, and I definitely feel like there's like a possessiveness over their woman.
Okay.
Like and I kind of like that. Like I want somebody to like want to claim me, like want to be with me and stuff. But it's like now too, I feel like they're also just like they want to be on the scene and they want to be like, you know, still bachelor lifestyle. They want to have their girl on the side. So
I can definitely attest to that. I feel like that is exactly what a lot of this generation African men are about. Like they don't mind having someone that they could come home to after they're done from the club or something. Yeah. You know, which is you know,
it's not a far departure from your fathers. A lot of these, I mean, for instance, let's act like this generation, that generation. It's just all the same because my Ghanaian ex, my last Ghanaian ex. Let's use. Sorry, my last Ghanaian ex. His father has 6 wives. The only difference now is that these guys got side chicks that they don't actually marry. You know.
Honestly, it's a lot of the girls too, though. It's a lot of the girls. Like a lot of the girls are accepting a lot of stuff. A lot of girls don't mind being number 2. If you got a wife, that's fine, as long as you're able to value. I mean, teach his own. But I feel like when we accept certain things, we set the tone for certain things. It's like a trickle down effect. Hey, if this guy got a girlfriend and a wife, well, I don't have a girlfriend and a wife. It's like
the difference is that these guys that were dating their fathers had enough money for 6 wives. These men got no,
and they don't know how to make that money because they have. One thing about them, say, if the father got it, the son got it. But a lot of them be too spoiled, and the parents see, okay, I can't trust you with my business. I can't trust you with too much money. Let me just throw you a blind one.
They don't have the mind in them because they always have a point.
But I just feel like if they had the mindset like a lot of the 80s and 90s babies, like they'll be like, okay, my parents got money. Let me take some of their money and flip it and make my own. Kind of like how DeVito did, because DeVito said that he didn't really, you know, take too much from his father. He kind of made his money on his own, which I can appreciate in a man. Like I myself could not take a man seriously if you are one of those people My dad, he's a prince in Africa. Well, my dad got money. He got this. That's fine. Like, don't keep telling me what your dad got. Let me see what you got. What are you doing? How are you transitioning into becoming a man? And what you're going to and what are you teaching your future children and how to set up their structure?
These guys are taking value in how many followers they have. You know what I mean? That's not an empire. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. It's all about the status quo and what we look like to the people.
It's like tangible stuff.
Yeah, I agree to that. So, what have you guys been doing? What have you guys been doing during the whole quarantine? Have you been social distancing?
This is my quarantine partner.
Yeah, so as single Black women in DC that do not live with a husband or boyfriend, since we're neighbors, we'll go out and do our shopping and stuff together and just have that social time. Dating during the quarantine is interesting, to say the least.
For sure. Like what?
Well, for me, it's been interesting because I've been meeting a lot of guys on Twitter, which is new.
Do you feel like the market is more people are more?
I gave up dating apps for Lent.
Okay.
And
that's good.
Thank God for it because, you know, I'm always the aggressor. I'm always the one hollering at guys. I will say,
how do you do that? How do you honestly? I'm not gonna say
I'm not a like
you
I'm
not a holler.
No, men have to come to me, and if they don't,
I like that too.
I will never talk to you
Ever. It's been 20 years. I see you every day for the last 20 years.
And I know you're funny, but I will never approach.
I don't give a fuck if I think you Denzel Washington.
I'm trying to get better. I gotta stop hollering at
no, that's a good quality
so,
to have.
Ask Shantae. Me and Shantae could be in the same conversation with the guy. She'll never realize I gave my number.
Really?
Yeah.
You that slick?
I mean, like, you were just.
Since I know her for 10 years. Since I know her for 10 years, she's had business cards that she slides to
personal cards. They're personal cards. I don't hand out actual business cards. I'm an accountant during the day.
They're dating cards.
They're dating cards. If you're on the metro and you only see a really cute guy, you don't know what stop he's getting off on. You just be real.
I know. She's like,
seriously, it's on the back of my phone.
Slick.
Very slick.
So where do you get those printed from? Vistaprint?
So I print off of Vistaprint and I just hand it to a guy like this.
Don't show your number. They gonna call you, girl.
Don't call
blur it out.
If you're tall, dark, sexy, no kids, Catholic,
Catholic and dark,
or willing to be Catholic,
or willing to convert, please holler at your girl Lex Marie DMV on everything. Except for
I wish I was like that.
No, I mean, and it works. And then I think a lot of guys are a lot of times are kind of speechless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, it's like I'm not trying to be different. I'm trying to be efficient.
Okay.
I'm trying to be efficient because the thing about it is I very rarely go out unless I'm going on a date.
So when you do go out, that is your good
Or
lashes, your
a work
good dress, and you on and popping.
Well, it's not even just that, but if I see you on the street and you look cute, and I'm not going to stop and I have somewhere to go.
Okay.
But here's my number.
And it is what it is.
I
talk to
no, I don't even say nothing about it. I just sign them a card, and that's
I've never done that. I'm never hollering at
a lot of times they don't hit me up.
Okay.
But I'm assuming you might have. I look for rings. Don't get me wrong. I always look for rings. I always look for that. But I mean, I don't have a girlfriend. You might be gay as well. But here's my card.
Would you date a gay?
Would I date a gay or bisexual?
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously.
What's the face?
Hey guys, disclaimer, this is my friend Shantae. We've been friends for like 10 years and she thinks that I've dated a number of gay men. So, and all my friends.
And she'll tell them like Shantae thinks you're gay. But they usually are.
I love a nice man. I'm a sucker for a nice man. Talks to me nice. Okay? I love words of affirmation, quality time, and you know, I mean, they're not getting me. I hope to marry a man that I know is
100%
for me.
But if he said that he was, did things in the past,
they never say that. It's just the mannerisms. If they did. If they did, I mean, honestly, we're out here in DC.
Because there was the one show.
Gotta be a little.
Have y'all seen the TV show? It's
on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Love is Blind.
He did it wrong though.
What happened? No, you gotta tell people what.
Love is Blind. He told the girl after they were already engaged that he used to be bisexual. Mind you,
he didn't say used to. He said I'm bisexual,
but
I no longer want to deal with men. I only want to deal with women. And
he waited until they were engaged. That's
not something you tell me after we're engaged.
Yeah.
So I can make a choice. That's all he said. and he hopped
all
off and
projected.
was talking about her wig.
He said her wig been going with Gucci back every day since they met, which was right. It was. That lace was lifted. That lace was lifted.
Because I want to see. I didn't see that, but that's wrong. As a man, you're hiding something from a woman. You did not give her a choice.
Early
He said he was hiding it. I feel bad because I'm hiding this one piece of clean.
Wait until after they were engaged. You would never. They were already living together, basically, once he told her. So you're already trapped. She could have chose somebody else if she really wanted.
You don't let nobody fall in love with you like that.
But the thing about it is that I will say that if a man let me know early on, it's like, I mean, the thing about it is all these guys are kind of weird in some way or another. They all have different sexual perks and.
I'm watching this thing, I don't know where it is, but I'm watching this thing where they talk about the prostitutes on Skid Row, and it's weird. And the prostitutes, I listen to their stories, and the things they say that men request from them, like.
Men have some weird
stuff.
People have said some weird stuff to me. I'm not gonna repeat it, but it's like, well, they're probably not. I've had men ask for me to like pee on them.
Did they say gonna pay you? In the mouth?
No, guys have been like involved with. After
Exactly.
we get to a certain point, they're like, "Oh, this is what I like. Can you pee on me? Like, do all this weird stuff." And I'm like, "Why do you like this? Like, that means there's something else going on. You're really not telling me."
Yeah, and my only issue with dating a man that is bisexual, and mind you, my friends, I'm in the gay community here at DC. I'm part of a bunch of different nonprofit groups here. Serving Black.
I want to tell you about your mom.
So I work with Impulse Group DC a lot, AIDS Health Foundation, and my only concern, well, with that guy in particular, from what I know, is he's just gay, but on Love Is Blind, and that he was wrong for that. He was, because the thing about it is, as a woman, if a man tells me like, "Hey, I'm bisexual," totally fine.
Yes.
My thing is that are you on PrEP? Are you using condoms with these guys? The thing about it is, if you're gonna be with me, are you gonna stop fucking with my guys? Also, I mean, before any sexual partner I have, boyfriend or whatever, we both go get tested together. We talk about birth control options. We can talk about, are we cheating? Who's doing what's going on?
You're not gonna tell each other.
No, but I'm saying, you talk about these things like, are we exclusive? Are we seeing it? Because a lot of these guys have different ideas, and they'll chalk it to a cultural difference when you're already upset. A lot of these men be like, "Oh, well, we got a relationship. I think we're exclusive."
Right. Okay.
Let me know. We need to have those conversations. But I do recommend everyone go get tested before they link up with somebody.
Hello.
There's a lot of good options, like us helping us, for instance, Impulse Group DC, Impulse Group in general. They have like locations all around the country.
Wait, free screening and testing.
Free screening and testing. No insurance needed. Get all your tests. They can get you a prescription for PrEP. If a man is going to be dipping and diving all different ways, you see.
Yeah, I personally don't want to date a man that has been with other men, but that's just my preference, and that's not me against. I'm a big ally to the gay community, but I personally don't want to date a man that dates men.
I have, for instance, someone in my life who's been pegging her boyfriend, and
What is pegging?
Exactly.
so
I can imagine what that means.
I think I meant it too. When she said it, I had an image.
As a straight woman, putting on a strap on, not necessarily. There's not always just like things. There's different things on. And the thing about it is like sexual orientation is, no, but I'm saying
it's
like
if
you're a man and you're attracted to a woman. Heterosexual. If you're a man attracted to a woman and a man, bisexual. If you're a man who's attracted to a woman but still likes to get pegged every now and then, does that make you gay? No.
That's your opinion.
No, it's my. Don't say. I say your opinion. No. I'm saying sexual orientation is who you're attracted to, not the sexual act that's involved with. Because there's things called sides, and there's tops, bottoms, and sides, and then there's bursts. Sides don't want to get. They don't want to fuck or get fucked. They don't like to enter into men.
I think I had a moment like that.
No, I'm saying there's men that don't want to get top or bottom. They don't either. They don't either. They just don't want either. They don't. They call them sides. I don't know. There's first who fuck and get fucked, and there's tops that just fuck, and there's bottoms just get fucked. You know what I'm saying? But there are straight men that just like to get fucked by women. But I mean, has anyone asked me for that yet? No.
If I'm dating a man,
If they did, at that point, I'm questioning things.
I haven't been asked to peg anyone. No one's asked me to peg them, but you know, men are out here asking for it, and they should be comfortable too. If that's what they want.
if that's what you want, like be comfortable.
Tell them early.
Yeah.
Don't
hide it.
Don't be married. You know what I'm saying?
And why you on like okay, if you know that you're getting serious with someone and you know you like that type of thing, just mention it before you even mention that shit before we even become intimate.
Yeah, that's not.
Do not let me become intimate with you and then all of a sudden that's your sexual orientation and I don't know anything about that. Like that to me, that's not right. But like she said, to each his own. We don't judge, but we do like to discuss. We do like to talk about it.
Early, girl.
Yeah, early.
Don't do that. Especially with that group stuff and video cameras. Girl, let them know.
Okay. But you said that what else you guys have been doing during quarantine?
Talking
together.
We've been sitting in parks, drinking wine.
But I see you guys in the park, and I noticed it's like so. We've been noticing like there are so many Caucasian people really just hanging out, and no one is saying anything.
Well, now they
are.
So before, they was like really like threatened by Black people congregating in spaces in DC, and then they was really putting like an end to that. But all of a sudden, the white people was all in the parks having picnics, having
playing
volleyball, having concerts, all these things, and now they're stopping them from doing it because I went to the park the other day to walk my dog. And so there was the National Guard out there actually like you can walk but keep going. You know what I mean? And that's where I took the statue too.
Okay.
Okay. It's crazy. But I do feel like in the hood they're not cracking down. Not in my hood.
Cause they can't. And not in the hood, not the hood that I know.
They won't.
They don't want to. They want I seen them get run out. I'm gonna send something to Ishmael.
They've been violent.
For real.
Yeah. Pull up some footage from
yesterday.
Okay, send it to me. If you have anything you want to show, send it to me. He's gonna plug it in, so you know they'll play a little clip. But I went to the wharf as soon as because you know the wharf was shut down because people were in social distancing, which they were not.
The fish market part.
Yes, the wharf part. The actually fish market part.
Fish market.
Yeah. I was down there. No one was social distancing. This lady was on my back like the man was gonna run out of oysters. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna think go.
The police now are only letting 20 people in at a time, and they're really like.
I agree to all of that.
I think they should keep it open. The people were always open now.
It's that
open.
They were only allowed 2 people at a time. So
but that's fine. That's
good.
Their food. You know, they were getting their food, getting it,
and eating.
You already get the stuff. Yeah, they were doing that.
Oh, they don't cook. They don't cook any of your food right now.
Right now, yeah.
Oh, they're not steaming.
They're not steaming.
You haven't seen it. Before they were steaming, once you steam, you want to eat it while it's hot.
Yeah, you want me to
eat it.
Make sure your shit not, you know,
you gotta steam it with the extra Old Bay, extra. Right? Strawberry slush in the back with a rum on top. They would fill the bar.
Yeah, you don't need it anymore.
It's either 5 pounds.
Yeah, but that would say people were not social distancing down and so I understand why they were doing that. But I didn't like how. Like the news people were there, like shooting everybody. I'm just like, okay, you guys can find something more interesting to shoot. Let's shoot the hospitals because I know a lot of these hospitals are empty. So, but we're not gonna.
I mean, if I get sick right now, I'm not going to the doctor. I'll tell you that right now.
The last place you go.
That's the last time I go. I have a little minute clinic or something.
She's at the minute clinic. That's right. Okay. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you all think that essential businesses, as far as grocery stores, banks, all of that jazz, should be closed for right now?
No.
Why?
How would we get our food?
Yes.
How would we?
So if the government give you a warning to say from this time to this time, everything will be shut down. That way, everybody can kind of prep.
It's going to be chaos. There's no way to say. Every time I go to the grocery store, there's no toilet paper. I go to Costco, there's no toilet paper. And now there's people already in panic. Imagine they say that after tomorrow, you guys can't go to the store. People are going to be out there looting. People are going to be out there with guns, just trying to like get what they need because people are so selfish.
And it's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
People are going to get sicker because everyone's going to rush out once.
Yeah, they're probably going to rush to the grocery store
and then around each other more because no one's going to stand in line if they know the grocery store closes at 7 or 8. I think that these lines are not making people sicker per se, but like they're not actually monitoring whether the line is 6 feet apart. They're not.
I think they're going to riot if that happens.
I know, but I'm saying they're not making sure everyone's 6 feet apart. So now we're all just congregated, you know what I'm saying, in line together, in contact more than we maybe would think.
Right.
So, and if people are in line, but like I mean, imagine you go to the oldie, like typically it's not, I don't know. You guys probably don't know what's the oldie.
I think it should fucking close. Everything is fucking close. I don't come your ass outside the fucking house.
And y'all gotta wait on. They gotta drop the food stamps. If they did
Drop
the
food stamps first.
You know what I'm saying? All that stuff.
Let people go do what they need and close everything. Because as long as we're still able to move around a little bit, I think it's prolonging. My personal opinion, I don't think this shit is going to be back to normal till next year sometime.
That's what
I was getting death threats on Twitter because I went to the Bahamas at the beginning of coronavirus.
We were walking out.
I didn't even know that it was like
this.
this. I knew it was something, but I was like,
March.
it was
Like March 5th.
It was early March. People were really threatening us. I was just letting people know, like, hey, the flights are not $40 round trip to the Bahamas right now. They're $313, but it's still freaking worth it. Come through. Go to Chinoco Beach, have a good old time. And honestly, if this last hundreds of people on Twitter, hundreds of people. And the thing about it is like they were just like, why are we promoting traveling during this time? And I'm just like, not everyone can just be sitting at the house. Mm-hmm. Not everyone can do that. Oh, the thing is, not everyone can sit in the house. And
you know what? Not to cut you off, but when you say that not everyone can sit in the house, it's true. Like I thought that everyone could. But I recently read a story about a young lady who killed herself.
Yeah, I saw that too.
14. So I'm just like, okay.
People can't handle it because it's like we were not really prepared to like be by ourselves in the home, not being able to like socialize. That's a big part of people's lives.
Yeah.
The majority of us, especially DC, live alone. Mm-hmm. We don't have family.
Yeah.
And those that do can see them because we're living recklessly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I get an opportunity to leave the country and work because I work from home already. Like, why not? If another country is not on lockdown and I feel fine and I don't even mind if they put me in a beach house for 14 days. Mm-hmm. As soon as I arrive, I'm at the beach. I'll look out the window. You know?
Try to
Lady is like, I'm getting
loving it. She's so famous. She been on music videos, podcasts, TV shows.
She was all pathetic and sweet. Yeah.
It's editing.
Now she sees the food there. She's like,
so. All right. So I agree with the whole releasing inmates for right now because
I think non-violent, non-rapey inmates.
So like nobody like Bill Cosby should come out of jail.
No.
Really?
I don't think so. Somebody
No. He did that shit right.
He old.
He's old.
He's old. What you say? Okay, we need to. Okay. Free bill, like I said. Alright. So we need to get I know, right? We need to talk for 2 hours. Usually it's 2 hours. You did. Alright, so we're gonna have a little bit of segment where we talk about things you can do while quarantining. Yeah, let's get that other bottle one.
You want to try it?
This one, my opinion, guys, have a cinnamon.
Oh, it's very spicy.
Low note in it. So if you like that type of jazz, then this is your thing.
You want here, Lexi, but just pour it over the ground.
No, wait till she
You got it. No, pour yours.
Okay. All right, so this wine, so we're doing a little wine tasting. I do not know how to pronounce this. Mala Visa della di Casa.
It sounds Italian.
It's definitely Italian. I only drink Italian wines. I mean, I love Italian wines. This is what it looks like if you can see that. Man. This shit is hitting like a go-go
Where'd you
band.
purchase it?
You can get this at any. No, you cannot. They do not have this at. This wine is only at liquor stores who have a large selection of wine. If you're at a liquor store, yes, you should be able to find it's about $14. It's more of a bubbly wine, as you can see. If I pull that, you have a little bit of a fizz. It is semi-sweet. Sweet.
What type of wine is this?
It's a red wine. And to me, this is one of my favorite. I love this wine.
It's about 5.5 by the one.
But you can drink a whole bottle yourself, so that's okay.
Yeah,
You don't
the other
share
one.
it.
Yes, you can drink a whole lot of it.
I can't wait till you try that.
I'll make some.
I love this wine.
Say
Like,
no more, y'all.
you drink half this bottle, you just feel like you
Girl,
just
I'm
want to
sorry.
Megan Thee Stallion it.
It has oh my god, it's a very pretty raspberry complexion.
And I think it is a raspberry. Yeah, so the notes.
Yeah, it's very effervescent.
Okay.
It's good. It's refreshing.
Yes.
Definitely summer.
Yes.
This is a summer red.
Yes. Outside, sea breeze,
Gives me
whatever.
very muscadine vibes.
Muscadine.
Muscadine.
That's words I don't know.
Muscadine grape.
love
It's a type of grape.
Really,
Yeah, it's
you're
very
gonna want to taste it.
I do go to
I
like
know.
this, but I don't be knowing the names and stuff. I'm like,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
good. I like
Do
it.
you spit it
Well,
out? What is it? Spit it out? Oh, we're gonna have couples trips here soon. We go to Charlottesville, go to Finger Lakes, to East Coast wine
Okay,
countries.
You'll come.
Oh, what's up? We ain't gonna be necessarily eating gang, girl.
You don't want me to get drunk and don't
Me and the crew, and no, we'll eat for sure. But me and
it's gonna be the little cheeses. And
Yeah,
snacks.
yeah,
I gotta eat before I go.
Yeah.
Let them know, baby.
This
This
one-
is carry me
It's
out.
bed and breakfast, and having some pretty hearty
Really?
breakfasts. Yeah, and then a lot
To
of
begin the day.
typically before I have a wine weekend, I'll make everyone pretzel necklaces.
Okay.
What's a pretzel necklace?
Girl, pretzel necklaces. So you make a
Let's
necklace.
the kind of group of white people.
Okay.
Like,
let me pull up a pretzel
Well,
necklace.
we're gonna send it on the
Yeah.
we'll plug in a
It's
pretzel.
basically like a necklace made out of
But is it like hard pretzel or soft pretzel? You know, black people do like the soft
We
pretzels.
do. You can't give us no hard pretzel. We be like bar food, you know. I recently tried a pretzel with some mustard on there, y'all. It was like
But I like
the
that
best thing.
the honey mustard.
Yes.
You know how at any ends they have the honey mustard.
I never knew.
Okay, so these are like pretzel necklaces. When you go wine tasting or beer tasting, it's recommended to have you don't have to
Those are like the white people pretzels.
Yeah, it's hard pretzel, and then you make it into a necklace, and they have some soft ones, but it's stupid. It's not cute, but if you really just need a nibble, but this is more for like, you put on a ribbon, and it's like, you pick little joking names, and it's cute. It's cutesy, but, is it practical right now? I don't know.
Alright.
With the germs. We don't want our food hanging around our necks.
Now, do you guys want to recommend any movies or TV shows or anything like that? Documentaries? What have you guys been watching?
So, last night was the season 4 premiere of Insecure.
Yeah.
And so it's funny because I kind of started watching it late. I believe it started in 2016.
Okay.
And the whole season had already started. I didn't hear about it from nobody. I
Girl,
never in 2016. I never heard about it from
Black
nobody. Randomly, I was watching the show. Yo, I was watching that, and then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, and so I started watching it and stuff, and it became a really big deal.
Yeah.
But yesterday was the season premiere, and what y'all think? I thought it was cute. It was funny.
That shit was lit.
I was like, everybody was dragging
Yeah.
Lisa.
I don't know why either.
Well,
Why we gotta start
she's-
doing that?
but she's
Black
known to be awkward black girl.
They just
And
wanted
so
to
we
drag her
forget
into
that that's who she is as a person. So she was her. So
Sorry.
that was how she
Sorry, too
was.
bad. I thought maybe I was like a little too high and crossfaded to realize did I miss something? Because I didn't see her nothing so bad.
It was the fat guy.
That's the best part.
That was I wasn't dragging her. It was just shocking. It was shocking.
No, why were the guys so upset with Issa? What did she do so bad?
Were they mad?
You know, look, but I heard people talking about the actual just the first
love
show.
that team,
Like they didn't like it. I'm just like, that shit
30
was
minutes.
good.
It's 30
Yeah.
minutes.
It's way too short. It's way too short.
Yeah.
But she said she didn't. She said she didn't want to be into an hour for a reason. She wanted it to be the quick, like.
But it only is like 8 episodes a season.
You think it should be a little more?
Like,
She had me itching.
If we're waiting 2 years,
Yeah.
for a season,
Or more, at least not 8. That's like usually when a show has like a new show and it's coming out, but give the pilot season 8 episodes. We're into the third season? Fourth up. Please give us 16. Give us 24.
For 30 minutes, you need 20. If it's an hour, then 10. Is it somebody out there?
No, because for instance, I just started watching. I just started watching Desperate Housewives.
Okay.
And
That's fine. You're fine, but that's why I said pour over the
oh yeah.
Sorry.
I'm a returned girl. I never spill a ball.
We all are,
But I will say that when I watched Desperate Housewives, and when it first came out, I was too young to appreciate it.
I forget so young to me.
Yeah, I don't know when it came out, but I was too young.
Desperate Housewives?
Yeah.
It came out like the 2000s,
Long time ago.
but still, I was old enough to watch it.
Oh, my mom did not have it on, and I was.
But I was in college when it came out.
It's been out for a minute. Like, I was young.
Maybe I'm mistaken. I genuinely thought this shit came out when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
but I never watched it. I didn't appreciate it. I guess if it came out when I was in college, I didn't have cable. Or I didn't have cable when I was in college. So maybe it was on and I didn't even know.
Yeah, it was like one of those shows that come on, like, what's the show with the guy, they're gay, they have a child, and it's the,
Modern Family.
Not a family.
It's
That just stopped. That just stopped.
Really? Who's at that time? Okay, I didn't have cable, y'all. So I guess I wasn't.
It was ABC. It was ABC.
I didn't have cable. So now I'm watching it on Hulu, and it is good.
You like
This is why I watched Desperate Housewives, because Wendy Winston is her all-time favorite show, and I love Wendy.
I love Wendy too. I hate her and love her.
How do you feel about her, Wendy, and Nene?
Nene was wrong.
I never really felt Nene Lee Click. I never liked her.
Well, why? Okay, Shantae, if we're on a show right now, and we call a homegirl, this is live or whatever.
I would never
know.
do that to you.
You would
I
text
think even
somebody
if you would have called me out the blue, I wouldn't be like going on my show and be like, I'm not slumming with Tiz and them.
No. So the reason why she was upset was because Nene was on live, Instagram, or some sort of live. She called Wendy, and we're just carrying on conversation, and then like 10 minutes later was like, oh yeah, we're on Instagram live, and you're on speaker.
I think Nene knows that she doesn't have a lot of oomph this season, so she's just doing things
never
to
gonna
keep her warm.
yeah,
You know me?
homegirl.
I would.
Cause you're
I told you like what I would
know
call my
you're
sister.
gonna-
Hey, what you doing?
But would you let her know? Because you don't know how she come up with
I
it.
honestly don't think that Nene was thinking like that. The backstory that Nene was supposed to have somebody else on, and that connection wasn't working. So she's like, okay, I'm
So she ran.
letting
She
you
was
down.
somebody.
Yeah,
Even
you're
if you
right.
about to FaceTime me and
That's
text
why I'm
me.
saying, I'm gonna say something reckless.
Yeah,
You gonna
so
let me know.
that's like a black person. You're like, you know, you're a speaker, right? You got to
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah,
Are
saying,
you
"Oh,
on live with millions
Yeah.
of people?
yeah, imagine.
She was being shady.
If I call Shantae, she's with her mom. She'd be like, hey, like, she speak from my mama's here.
Yeah, she tried to give you that one.
ASAP.
So you know to
Exactly.
start tighten up.
Because you don't never know what that lady could have said.
And Wendy's mama is hip, and her mom and dad are hip. I mean, they're blindside the girl.
I understand. I get your point.
But
But I wouldn't have
Nene
went on
and-
my platform and try to drag you like that.
Nene
Why
and
couldn't you-
Wendy are both a mess. Also,
They're both peas in a pod.
I'm gonna say this: Wendy's show from home is horrible.
It is.
It's
I'm glad somebody said
and I love Wendy. I know
She
Wendy
is eating
yeah.
on camera. Her eyes are bulging
If
out, and it looks
Wendy
like she's eating raw meat.
But she been having both
If
eyes.
Wendy-
I think when it's further back.
If
You know,
Wendy,
with that,
she
need that.
her
she need that studio light.
no,
Hello?
her thing about it is that the lighting is bad. Yes. 2, the setting is too busy. She got so much shit going on behind her. You need a flat, just like a simple background.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. From my podcast, when I shoot it in the studio, it just gives you that your camera, your lights. It's just you excited. It's like it's popping 10. But when
Yeah.
you're like not in your zone, it could be it could throw you off. I just feel like Wendy, it just proves that sometimes people are popping because of their
Wendy
environment.
also needs a showrunner that is not DJ Booth, because DJ Booth will let her ramble on about Nene for 15 minutes. When Nene's not the top story, sweetie,
He's a DJ.
No, he's her showrunner from home. That's the only person she's allowing in her home to set up the situation. She doesn't know how to set up things. She doesn't want to learn. And why should she? She's worth millions. Y'all need to come over here and set this camera up and get the person.
She don't let nobody in her house. Wendy's a drunk girl.
She don't let people in the house, so only DJ Booth is allowed.
We met Wendy.
Yeah.
She said she liked my pants. She was okay.
I love
What does she look like in person?
She looks like she's way prettier in person.
But they say
with her
TV
makeup
makes
on.
you look worse than
She looks good in person. Even when she drove past in the beginning and showed her natural stuff when she had no makeup, she just comes past and just look out the window and see one eye. And, you be like, oh, Wendy. Wendy, she about her business, but when she get her makeup, her hair, wigs popping, she was actually, but Wendy was walking like a grown ass man. This is how she walked on set.
But
Like,
she's boxy though.
bossy.
Bossy.
She walk with her ass like she is the queen bitch.
She doing the
I swear to God, when you walk like this,
young woman,
NBA young boy. NBA young boy.
I'm about to watch my car. I didn't see Wendy. I saw NBA young boy.
I swear to God, that's how we walk. I wish I would have. I'm sorry. I swear that's how she walked, y'all. She walked like everybody better act the fuck right.
People can say a lot about Wendy, about her, call her like
a man.
My favorite podcast, what is it called? T.S. Madison, and she's like, Wendy
what bottom you?
What bottom you?
She fried me up.
It's not funny. It's funny, but you cannot deny that girl did it.
She did. She came. I remember Wendy when she used to have the big blonde wigs
And in comparison to Adele, she done made out like a fat cat with the divorce because Adele had to pay what, $140.
So she was only worth like 170.
She had to pay, and her husband cheated on her. Let me tell you something.
What
every
kind
now
of
and
lawyers
then,
does she have? I'm telling
every
you.
now and then, guys, I feel like killing somebody is wrong.
Right.
Okay, let me start off by saying, however, when it comes to 158 million, you know damn well
he took more money than she was worth.
Ain't no damn way.
She's got to liquefy her shit to get the money that he needs. Mind you that, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Adele still won because she's getting her back blown out by what's that guy Skepta?
Is he black?
A rapper. Oh,
The one-hit rapper?
Wait, he's
black, right?
Yes.
She lost a lot. She lost a lot too.
She look good.
Oh, this
She look good.
y'all look at Adele's new boyfriend. He's
We're
fine
gonna
as
put
fuck.
Adele's boyfriend here. You can cut it, but you got it. You broke out of it. All right. How much time we got?
Skepta. His name is Skepta. And oh my god.
In the show, I want to show it before and after.
Oh no, yeah, because they're matching her up with ugly old photos of her, but he is fine as fuck.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it, girl. Adele, you want it, girl.
But I think it was,
And plus, she's going to release one more album. She'll get 100 million more.
Yeah.
it's getting more blurred. So you want me to close it out?
Yeah.
Okay, close it out. Did you have anything you want to promote or anything?
No, I have nothing to promote.
Okay, tell them your Twitter.
Lex Marie DMV. I just be talking shit. Please don't send me death threats.
Okay. Okay, Tiz, tell them
And
where
I'm
you can find you.
my life as Tiz MY Life LIFEASTIZ.
Okay. And you know who I am. I'm badass Cha. Okay. And this is definitely Hot Sauce and Honey. Make sure you come here every week for a little bit of sweet heat. Now, I don't know if we will be here every week because of the Miss Rona. But we'll definitely try to release as much content as we can. Next time I come back, I'll definitely try to do the water test because that was something that we were supposed to do last week. We didn't get to do it this week. But we'll definitely try to do that next week. So definitely come back here for a little bit of sweet heat and Hot Sauce and Honey. I'm your girl Cha. We'll see you next week. Who want to hear people?
We didn't even have the talking points that we had.
We got most of them though. Yeah.
Hey,
you
didn't touch on no
remember
African men except for Skepta.
anything?